Hey guys, how's it going? It's Sam. So today I wanted to talk a little bit more about the Twiceland in Malaysia concert cancellation. Since my first video that I made, a lot of things have happened in between. So I just wanted to, fill you guys in on everything that I found out, that I've looked into, and then also give you guys some background on exactly what happened to begin with. I actually wanted to make this video yesterday, but some personal things came up, so I just got back to the city now, and yeah, here we go. So first off, I want to apologize if I butcher any of the names. I'll try to pronounce them best as I can, but I'm sure I'm going to make some mistakes along the way. So from my knowledge, the concert was organized between JYP Entertainment, obviously Twice's label, and a organizer called IME Asia, specifically IME Malaysia. So Twiceland in Malaysia was supposed to take place on July 28th at 8:30 p.m. Local time at the Malawati Indoor Stadium. But at 11:46 p.m. July 27th, less than 24 hours before the event was supposed to take place, JYP Entertainment, or JYP Entertainment through Twice's Twitter account, tweeted an official cancellation notice. And I think I put it up here somewhere, but in the cancellation notice, it just was very vague and said that it was canceled due to safety issues within the venue. And for like a while, I think no one really knew what that meant. But people were assuming, it was probably the stage, maybe the lighting, etc. But I think the main takeaway from the statement was that the cancellation was for the safety of both the audience and the artists, emphasis on the audience as well. And the fact that they actually did a whole cancellation instead of a delay by hours or whatever meant that, the problem was probably pretty severe in a way they couldn't fix within an allotted amount of time. So from just reading the JYP Entertainment cancellation notice and the official response from IME on Facebook, I couldn't really find any solid statement that said it was due to the stage. But the general consensus I've seen is that it was the stage being tilted, and that could be quoted from a Malaysian press by the name of China Press. I know it's a little confusing because it says China Press, but they are a Malaysian site, at least domain-wise, and it is in Chinese. And they talked about the stage. So I'm not sure if they got a press response from IME or they're just assuming, but it just seems to be that everyone agrees, that I could find at least, that it was the stage issue. However, I did hear also rumors that they oversold tickets for standing. So in the context of audience safety, I think they were saying that it was going to be too crowded. But then I'm not sure if that's because of actual reports or if that's just from fans knowing what happened before. So I did a little research and I found out that IME, specifically in Malaysia, has been in controversy with the 101 fans because they overcrowded the pits there. And I'll show you guys a photo of what that looked like. So with all that in mind, I want to talk about three main things. First being IME, then the venue itself, and then JYP Entertainment. Since the cancellation announcement, I believe the party that has received the most negative attention and blame has been IME. Again, I'm not familiar with IME, but from my understanding, they are an event organizer, and they've worked with K-pop before with 101, like I said earlier, and also with Chinese acts from what I could see. And actually looking at all the stuff they've been doing for the concert, for Twiceland, just compared to what I've experienced with US organizers and Korean organizers, it honestly didn't seem that bad. They had a lot of press just a couple hours before the cancellation. They had interviews. They even had clear rules. They were responsive on SNS, both on Facebook and on Twitter. And their layout and everything seemed perfectly normal, nothing out of the ordinary. And personally, I've planned a lot of big events, both at law school and for work. And these things are pretty hard. It's a lot of pressure. And I know they've received a lot of complaints before, but I think that's typical of every organizer, from KCON to small events by Subculture, Powerhouse, other US organizers that I'm familiar with. But again, I think what fans are angry about is the fact that they've been under fire before for the lack of organization, especially with overcrowding. And also, I believe they posted a apology, official statement, a couple minutes after JYP released a statement saying it was canceled, but then they deleted it after, changed some words around, and people were not happy with that. In addition, they weren't really responsive after the cancellation, as far as I could tell. And obviously, the biggest issue here is how IME managed to have the stage issue to begin with. After all, Twiceland already happened in Seoul, in two different cities in Japan, and also in Singapore without a hitch. but somehow the stage here couldn't handle the props, the LED lights. So that calls into question whether or not IME was skipping out on the quality of the materials, whether or not they followed directions on JYP's like stage setup, and whether or not they were too last minute in setting up the stage. And that kind of moves us into my second point, which is the venue itself. So from what I've heard, this venue isn't actually the best venue for concerts. So from what I've read, the Malawati Indoor Stadium is actually one of the smallest concert venues in Malaysia. I'm not sure if that's accurate, but I also did see that they did use the venue for groups like TVXQ and 2NE1 in the past though. I also heard that there was a better venue that people wanted Twiceland to be in, but that was booked for 101, which curiously was not being managed by IME this time. So while I think I would agree that that venue probably wasn't the best place to have Twiceland, I think the fault lies more in the organizers and the stage, like physical stage that they built rather than the venue. And then lastly, I want to address JYP Entertainment. If you guys have been following me for a while, I think you know that I, for the most part, tend to defend JYP Entertainment a lot. But I think here, JYP Entertainment does have part of the blame. While IME is, in charge of managing the whole concert, I think JYP should have, kept a little bit oversight. Made sure everything was good to go, at least for, the directions that they gave. Make sure everything was in compliance. So something like this couldn't happen. Obviously, Twice is super busy. They just made a comeback, all that stuff. But, they probably should have sent a team or someone to make sure that everything was good for the concert, before they did that last check before the cancellation. Again, I don't know, JYP's inner workings, how they handle things. But I think most people would agree that if there was a little more oversight, something could have been done because, the venue is still being used. Actually, there's a video, I'll show a little bit of it here that my friend took of the venue. And if you look at it, it doesn't seem like a totally terrible venue. So I'm sure they could have made it work if they had more time, more planning. So I think to some extent, JYP does have some part of the blame here. But I do agree with the majority that IME probably is the most to blame with the stage issue. So with all that said and done, I do want to highlight some of the positives that came out of this. Despite the cancellation being so short notice, Malaysian Onces took quick action. Even with all their fan projects going on, they managed to reroute, go to the airport and show their support through there. They showed their maturity by showing their support for Twice, making sure all the members were okay, and doing loud fan chants and giving out banners at the airport. You can see in videos on Twitter, there were live streams when Twice came out. They're very emotional, and on Instagram, Twice posted saying that they would be back. Sana and Dahyun in particular were very emotional at the airport, and Sana posted a super long post about Malaysia and the cancellation as well. So now I want to highlight a fan project that some Malaysian Onces made. I was asked to share this after talking to some Malaysian Onces. And this is intended to be shown to Twice at the concert, I believe. But since that didn't happen, hopefully, we'll get enough attention for this video that Twice could see it on their own before they come back to Malaysia again.
Twice 的 member 很可爱，他们全部都很可爱。
They are so fun.
Twice is life. They're awesome, man.
Cute, humble.
Because they are lovely. Twice is love.
For all the reasons in the entire world. Cute and pretty.
My motivation to do my diet.
看到他们就开心。
So that was just a short clip. If you want to watch the full video, click the link in the description below. So overall, this is definitely a very unfortunate situation, but I hope that JYP Entertainment can make this a learning experience at least, and pay more attention, be more involved in overseas concerts to prevent something like this from happening ever again. And I hope that Twice will be able to return to Malaysia soon and hold the concert that they wanted to. And once again, much respect to all the fans who helped organize all these fan projects, who were at the airport, doing the fan chants, making sure Twice was okay, and just being overall very mature with the whole situation. And I want to ask your guys' opinions, first of just the entire situation, and then what do you guys think about IME, your experiences, etc. I hope this video was useful at all. I'd love to hear what you guys have to say. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.